See, favorite hotshot stories. I think kind of one that stands out was it was a burn operation that we had in Idaho, and this was in 2007. And we got to the fire, and it just conditions were really bad for going direct, and the fire behavior was just something that you couldn't get right close to it. So it was a lot of indirect stuff and a lot of scratching heads, figuring out where we're going to go as far as burning goes and stuff like that. And they had tried some burning a couple days before, but were unsuccessful due to spotting, and it was, like I said, it was just way too much fire behavior in the daytime. So we were out on a day shift, and we were trying to come up with a plan of attack for the day, and we knew that we were going to have to burn. And so with some discussion with our superintendent and the division soup, we decided that it'd probably be best to roll us over into night shift, since we had a good lay of the land from scouting it all day. Roll us over into night shift, and then we would do the burn show at night, just burn all through the night. So as soon as we got the word, it was probably, I don't know, maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon when we came up with the decision to do that, and decided to bed the crew down. So everybody was going to try to get some rest right there where we were. So there was guys just laying out on the road or whatever, on the dirt road, and there was no traffic going in and out. So it was all right. You were in a safe spot, and everybody kind of just crashed out and tried to get some rest, which is hard to do at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when it's super hot. So we did that, and then later on in the evening, we started getting everything together, our equipment and stuff, and it was probably about a 2-mile section, if I remember correctly, of road that we were going to burn off of. And so as soon as everything was right, we grabbed all our burn equipment and went out and started burning, and we had folks, just working our way across, and it was going real good. Everything was going real well. And this was like kind of a pretty critical chunk of line that we were trying to get buttoned up, and then it set us a good anchor point just to keep moving for the rest of the fire. So we started off, and it was going really good. We're cruising along, going through a lot of fuel. We had guys, taking jerry cans up the hill to top off the burners. And one thing, there was one guy in particular that I remember that I saw him all night long just humping these jerry cans up and down the hill. And I remember towards the later morning, probably around 6 o'clock when we were getting ready to finish up, we were looking for fuel, and this guy was still carrying it all the way from 7 o'clock in the evening all the way just back and forth. So that was kind of crazy to get guys like that on occasion. But anyway, so we continued our burn and took it all the way around, and finally we ended our burn show probably around 6 o'clock. So we started at maybe 7 o'clock in the evening, 8 o'clock, and burned all the way until then. Everything went awesome. Everybody was super stoked. Didn't have any issues, minimal spotting. And so we were, pretty stoked. Dead tired, get back in the buggy, because they were kind of utilizing me as the firing boss. And I get back in the buggy, and there's just guys just laid out everywhere, just exhausted, tired, from the shift. And when I opened the door of the buggy and I looked in, they all kind of sat up and stirred and looked at me. And I was like, all right, we're good, man. We're done. We're going to, load up, make sure we got everything. We're heading back, back to camp. And talking to the guys later, I remember when, as soon as I opened the door, they all kind of snapped to attention. But later on, talking to the guys, one of the guys was like, hey, man, I thought you were coming in asking for another burner or something like that. And I was praying that you weren't going to pick me, because they give all that they got, and, they'll keep doing it until you say, we're done. But so we ended up loading everybody up, and we were heading back, and we were transitioning with the day shift. And so as soon as we get to camp, we hear a call on the radio that they had a spot fire, and we lost the whole thing. So everything was going good. It was just that transition period when we were bringing in other folks and getting set up for the day shift, and they got something that they couldn't handle with what they had, and we lost it and had to go to square one again. So yeah.